I didn't know him very deeply. I was very young. But I got to know Jacob deeply when we campaigned for Jacob, where he would roar like a lion, that this is a time for us to work. The Gulu people deserve better, and he was there to work for the Gulu people. He left a very big mark. He went and campaigned. We campaigned for him to become the chairman, Gulu District Local Council. He did not go through, but he was the best. His messages were very clear. He used the four signs of arithmetics, maths. That is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But he said the fifth one is Lanyuen. He named it Lanyuen, and it became his name. He would always introduce himself as Oulanyah Jacob Lanyuen. And Lanyuen was because he didn't like people who would confuse things. That was Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. And in 2001, when he came to Parliament, it was through the negotiation of the UPC in Gulu. Gulu district was still the bigger district. So UPC negotiated. He took over.
Honorable Brandon Chintu.
So let me just say this. I am a teacher and his teacher. He took over from Honorable Ongom Abenego, who was his uncle. And we negotiated. We said, let Jacob go. And Jacob came. Jacob, I know him a lot. I cannot say it all. But together with his late wife, Dorothy, he would always tell me, with Dorothy, I was in heaven.
Honorable Brandon Chintu, Honorable Teira, Honorable Santa Alum, Honorable Faith Nakut, Honorable Adyomu. I'm going to get all of you.
Thank you,
Right
Honorable Jane Pachuto, don't mind, I'm going to get you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
John T.
I bring condolence and greetings from the people of Oulanyah North Constituency in Kamali District for the demise of our Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your protection. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your protection. Right Honorable Speaker, since the news of the demise of Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, the country has been united by his death. From the time the body arrived in Entebbe, you would see all the trading centers all over this country. People saddened. Many of them did not have a personal relationship with Jacob, but they had a lot of expectation in him. In our interactions with several of them, they saw him as a beacon of hope. As we speak now, they are in their respective areas, listening to us on what we have to offer after Jacob Oulanyah. And this puts this House on a very big test, how to preserve the legacy of Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah advocated for quality debate. In his explanation, he insisted on addressing the issues that directly affect the people of this country. The people need electricity. That is how we shall preserve the legacy of Oulanyah. The people need good roads. That is how we shall preserve the legacy of Oulanyah. Right Honorable Speaker, in order to pass this test, resolutions must be made in this Parliament on how to fund research in the health sector in this country. Resolutions must be made in this Parliament on how to tackle the scourge of cancer.
Honorable Brandon.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I have about two special things that I've learned from Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. One, that you may not work together, but later you became friends. We became friends after some time that we didn't work together. Secondly, he was a man of style and swag. He had a lot of life. He would smell nice. And some of us as members of Parliament, we should really look at this. As a neighbor, Right Honorable, we miss you. Rest in peace. Thank you.
Honorable Nakut Faith.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me a chance. I remember Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah for three things which are unfinished businesses. One, when we campaigned for him during the election for speakership, he promised that we would have a debate for 2 weeks, and that debate would be on the Uganda we want. Right Honorable, I pray that we have that debate at some point in honor of Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. Sickness could not allow him make that debate happen. Secondly, his love for children. Not only his biological children, not only the children of Omoro, but the children of this country. The teachers, the principals of pre-primary teachers training institutions of Uganda came to me in December, just a week before he adjourned the house until he has now died. And we went to him. They presented a petition, and he said, we will have an holistic debate on pre-primary care and education in Uganda. Unfortunately, he has gone before doing that. I pray that we have that holistic debate for the children below the age 8, so that we see how to support those children as a country, rather than in the way it is now in the hands of private practitioners. Thirdly, he was a nationalist. I remember in this house when I was complaining about the way the response to a certain region was sluggish compared to another on disaster issues. He rebuked me. He did not want a tribalistic debate in this house. I pray, Right Honorable Speaker, that in honor of Jacob Oulanyah, to continue that debate of unifying Uganda, that maybe we anti-tribalism bill, because it's biting in this country much more now than it was before. Those are my three prayers to Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah lying here. You have gone too soon. This was not the time to die, and this is not how to die.
Honorable Adiomu, Honorable Santa Alum.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me also to join the honorable colleagues in paying tribute to the eminent Ugandan, the Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. Right Honorable Speaker, the eminent Ugandan, the Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, had all the four qualities of a leader. These qualities, one of them, for instance, communication. Honorable members, you will bear me a witness that when Jacob Oulanyah rises to give a speak, you will come to know that a leader is speaking. He had another quality of empathy. Somebody who can understand somebody's problem. The moment you would approach the Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah in his office, he will just know that this member has come, maybe he has a problem. Another quality, integrity. Integrity. Honorable Jacob Oulanyah was a man of integrity. Then, fourthly, confidence. I tell you, the Right Honorable Speaker, the late Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, when he was sitting in that seat where you are, we as members of parliament, you could feel that really the speaker and the leader is there. So, Right Honorable
Honorable Santo Code, Honorable Okin, Honorable Mapenduzi. Where's Honorable Mapenduzi? Yes. And then Honorable Bigger Rose. And Honorable Dubai here is about to punch me, and then my brother Joel. And
Thank you.
Honorable Aisha Kabanda.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Oyam and on my own behalf, I send my condolences to the family and to all Ugandans. Right Honorable Speaker, the late Jacob Oulanyah was the closest member of parliament to me at the constituency level. My residence is at the border and his is also at the border. Right Honorable Speaker, the late Jacob and I comes from the greater Okaruwo clan. We have Okaruwo clan in Lango, in Acholi, and in Teso. And being a uniting person that he was, he dreamt of these clans in Acholi, Teso, and Lango to come together. Right Honorable Speaker, the late Speaker wanted this parliament. He had a vision for this parliament. He wanted us to debate the Uganda we want. I remember he assigned Honorable Sababuturu here to come up with a motion. And Right Honorable Speaker, it's my prayer and adding my voice that you, as the presiding officer, accord us time as Parliament to debate that motion. Thirdly, he was a God-fearing person, a person who would start each and everything with prayers and belief and determination in God. Right Honorable Speaker, finally, he was a family man. He loved his children so much. He respected his father so much and listened to him. Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of the education fund, I want to support that if there is a legacy that he has left us with, which is very rich, we have to support the children, not only the biological ones, but also these other children that he has been supporting. Right Honorable Speaker, finally.
Yes.
Thank you.
Honorable King, PP.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to support this motion that has been brought before the House. But before that, Right Honorable Speaker, let me congratulate you for being elected to this position. This is my first time we are interfacing. Right Honorable Speaker, a lot has already been said about our fallen hero. But what I want to state is that I want to thank three people, all three categories of people. Number one, I want to thank the family of Oulanyah, Jacob, for having nurtured him to be the person now we are talking about. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the friends of Oulanyah Jacob. And in this case, I will not hesitate to mention those who are with him in the school, those who are actually in Parliament here, who have also heavily guided him to be the person we are talking about. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the community of Luo for the principles and the value system which I believe Jacob Oulanyah inherited. The Luo community, the Luo people are dependable people. No wonder Jacob Oulanyah is dependable. The Luo community are brave people. No wonder Oulanyah Jacob was actually brave. The Luo community are trustworthy.
Dubai. Then there's John.
Right Honorable.
And the Right Honorable Speaker, I stand here to bring the condolences of my people of Hamolata district, the center of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, I am an MP of Hamolata, Kyoga North. I also serve as the district NRM chairperson of Hamolata. Why I mention this, I was part of the people who made Oulanyah to be the vice chairperson of Northern Uganda. And when Oulanyah took up that position, in this short period of time, Oulanyah knew the problem of Northern Uganda, of which all of us knew that we were divided But Oulanyah started on the keynote of uniting the people of northern Uganda. And within this short period of time, he had done a lot to unite the people of northern Uganda. Oulanyah, as the vice chairperson of northern Uganda, was among the first people to go back and thank his people. He went to West Nile, he came to Lango, he went to Acholi, and thanked his people. And we had agreed with him that the next move is to go to each district and thank the people who voted for him. Oulanyah, you see me standing here, was among the people who encouraged me. He told me, Mr. Olobo, Dubai, you serve NRM, but now I want you to stand. And indeed, when I passed, I came to this parliament, he told me, didn't I tell you? So Oulanyah was a unifier, and he had the courage to unify even the whole country. To me, I was looking at Oulanyah to even replace Museveni in future. Because he had that.
Yes, Zajan. Zajan, please, colleagues, on this side now.
Thank you.
Let's just make it very easy. I'm going to pick Zajan. I pick Honorable Senyonyi. I pick Honorable Nancy Achora for now.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Just for now, colleagues. Okay, for now. Then I do another round here. Then I come back here.
Thank you.
And I will start with Honorable Jane Pachuto. Okay? Then I come here.
Thank you, Right.
Honorable Aisha Kabanda will speak in this group.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Zijan David Livingstone, representing the people of Butembe in Jinja, on whose behalf I deliver this tribute to the Right Honorable Speaker. And I am the Dean of Independence, they have said. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. The Right Honorable Speaker understood that he would not live on the earth forever. So in everything he did, he worked to redeem the time. The Right Honorable Speaker did not subscribe to the foolish saying of the sub-Saharan Africans that Switzerland makes watches, but Africa has the time. We will do the Right Honorable Speaker well if we spend more time researching before we debate than we spend in the canteen and in the corridors of Parliament. The Right Honorable Speaker was a champion of and for unity. He always said, Uganda is enough for all of us. The Right Honorable Speaker understood that there was enough space for the existence of the government, the opposition, and the independents, Right Honorable Speaker. He did not subscribe to the mindset that the big fish must eat the small fish to survive. Under his care and guidance, the independents felt accepted and included. Right Honorable Speaker, as things stand as of now, the space in this parliament continues to shrink. The independents had to be remembered as an afterthought. The Right Honorable Speaker understood that we were a shade of opinion worthy of inclusion and recognition, Right Honorable.
Honorable, that one will sort out. You've stolen an extra minute. Please, Honorable Aisha Kabanda.
Mr. Speaker, sir, my name is Ojara Mapenduzi.
Thank you very much. Right.
Mr. Speaker,
no,
sir.
Please don't access the microphone without my permission, Honorable. Please, please. Honorable Nancy Achola. Yes, Honorable Mapenduzi, I had picked you. I tried to look for your face, I couldn't get you. So I'm going to ensure you speak before I go this side. Honorable Nancy Achola.
Right Honorable Speaker, my colleagues, members of the Parliament, I join Ugandans to condole with this nation for the great loss of my brother, Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, on my personal behalf and on the behalf of the people that I represent, Lamore District. I want to say we have lost a great hero. As a country, Uganda has darkened from the time Jacob passed on.
But I want us to remember one thing, that all the good deeds we have been saying about him, if we don't pick from where he has stopped, then we've been wasting time here. All the goodness that Jacob did in the 56 years of his life in this earth, we need to emulate, walk the talk, but only not talking, not doing the actions. I also want to appeal to my fellow members of parliament that Jacob believed so much in truth and fairness. Let us always speak the truth and practices. He also made sure that he was a humble man. The humility in him, we've seen it by the time Jacob went through election of speakership. He went and apologized in public that if there is anybody that he offended during his walk of time, he apologized. I want us also to remember and follow his footsteps. As I sit down, Right Honorable Speaker, Jacob was a great lawyer. He believed in justice and fairness. As the person who comes from Acholi sub-region, I don't want to be tribalistic, but I want us to remember the legacy that Jacob has been doing in this country. Let the government make a construction in Gulu University for faculty of law, so that his footsteps can also be remembered.
Honorable Mapenduzi Aisha Kabanda.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, from the very many positive statements that have been made, it is clear that the Honorable Jacob Oulanyah was not just only a politician, but a gifted leader. It is unfortunate that we live in a country where there are many politicians but few leaders. The Honorable Jacob Oulanyah strongly believed that leadership is not about titles and positions, but he looked at leadership as a responsibility. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Honorable Jacob Oulanyah believed in mentoring young people. He believed in nurturing leadership. And that is why last year he invited me to his office, gave me an assignment to study a document, and that gave birth to the motion I brought on the floor of Parliament, urging government to ratify and sign the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. Mr. Speaker, so finally, we are living in a very difficult time. When the Honorable Jacob Oulanyah was taken for treatment, we witnessed the very unfortunate behavior of some Ugandans who went in front of the hospital to demonstrate. Mr. Speaker, I think that action was intended to break him down. Much as some people think it was an activity to demonstrate the need to scale up our health sector, I think the intention was bad, and that has to be condemned. The Honorable Jacob Oulanyah was a peace builder. He believed in dialogue, and I think this country needs to get into that level of deeper reflection. And we begin to see how we can reconcile this nation, and we begin to treat one another with respect. Otherwise, this country, the direction it's taking, is not the best. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Aisha Kabanda, and then Honorable Joel Senyonyi, and then Honorable Kanya Geoffrey.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I join the nation to condole. I condole with colleagues and the nation at large, and I want to address myself to the Right Honorable Oulanyah that is departed now. And I want to address him as the Deputy Secretary General of the National Unity Platform. When the Right Honorable Oulanyah was taken to Seattle, the NUP people demonstrated. I am here to tell the senior colleague that those that demonstrated did not have a grudge against you. They didn't hate you, they held you in very high regard. But they intended to send message to the government that you served. If there was any grudge, the grudge was the government that for 36 years has failed to provide health services that are deserving for the nation. We condole with everybody. It's a great loss. And we assure Ugandans that when we fail to provide services and provide for few that we airlift outside, we shall continue to demonstrate while people are taken outside there. Just think what the Honorable Minister has just said here. that when the Right Honorable was in the Mulago Hospital in a cancer institute, he was attended to by 15 doctors. And the statement from the Ministry of Health says that there are only 20 specialists for cancer in the Cancer Institute. And if out of 20, 15 were attending to him, the rest of the nation was left to be attended to by only 5. There's been a ceiling on recruitment of professionals for a long time. We are here to say
Yes,
that was less than 2 minutes.
Senyonyi.
Right Honorable Speaker, on my behalf and on behalf of the people of Nakawa West, I convey my condolences to the family and to the nation. Right Honorable Speaker, I hold a book that has 250 quotes of the late Jacob Lokori Oulanyah. I'll read just one quote. And this quote he said on March 31st, 2018, while at St. Charles Luanga Mutetema Catholic Church. He said, and I quote, "We believe that humanity is more important than anything else, especially politics. We believe that politics should be used to give us the position to deliver services to the people." Right Honorable Speaker, there are people who occupy offices in this country and forget that they are supposed to use those offices to deliver services. Jacob Lokori Oulanyah was talking about you. And while there are those who fail to do what is expected of them, Mr. Speaker, there are those who do what they should not do. In December 2019, Right Honorable Jacob Lokori Oulanyah was at Kololo and he decried the high levels of corruption in this country. Mr. Speaker, I appeal to the thieves in this country, wherever they are, to change their ways, whether they are here in this house or somewhere watching us on TV.